part 4 here of fixing up the cheapest milling machine I could find here. In the first video here I got all the stuff teared out, and so then I have got it all cleaned up. Also cleaned up the inside of the mill, and in this video I'll get started on putting it all back together. Not spotless, but a lot less grease and crap in there. And also got some wires in here, but I think that is gonna come in the next video there. But now I'm gonna get started on getting the motor mount, or what the motor sits on. And it's kind of weird, but I don't really know where I left off, because it's like 2 months ago since I worked on this. But I cleaned everything up too. Top screws here, because they never get tight, but the bottom bolts is holding good. Ah, that'll be something. Now we're gonna see here. I hope this thing holds that I broke and when I took this apart. See if this thing will go in here. Go up there. This pin will go through now. There you go. Just using a couple new split pins here. So, there we go. Now, that should be all good, I hope. Hope that thing can be there. Try to get this thing in here. And this is the piece that the gearbox is put on, secured to. It's not light, that's for sure. Oh, this thing is heavy. This wire here is kind of in the way. Maybe not. There we go. It's in place here. It's just to get these bolts in here. Oops. Okay. There we go, finally. One bolt is at least in here. There we go, finally. All the bolts are at least in there now. And I might have made a huge mistake now. Do you see something here? No, you don't. I didn't put this on, but thankfully this fit through here. If not, well, I wouldn't be happy. Hopefully these fit. Not really. And these are some new ones because if you remember I had to weld some nuts on them. I used a slide hammer to get them out because it was just so freaking stuck. I hope it fits now. If not, I'm gonna have to pull it off. And that's another problem. I don't know how far it's gonna go on. That's stupid. Because it's a little set screw, I should have measured that before. Yes! Did you see? I gotta be just on the edge of the hole, so when I screw the screw in, this thing folds itself in further, so now it should be, the set screw should be seated in the little hole on the shaft. So yes, didn't need to pull it off or anything to fix that, so that's perfect. So I just took this over to the belt grinder, grinded it down, and now it fits perfectly. I'm just gonna see about this thing here. And I'm just not sure how far this went on. Yeah, it has a set screw, so I'm stupid. Hopefully I'll just pop this on. No, it's just this thing. I suppose this. I think that thing should go on there first. Then this thing, right? Whew, finally I got this thing together, so it's, no, it's not probably a pretty bad way of just beating on this thing, especially on the shaft, and then for the bearings and the gearbox there, but I don't have too much of another way of doing it, and I don't know, got it in there finally at least. I think it should be fine. Now it has to be. And what I did was I pulled this thing off, filed these ridges that is, or the score, it's so scored here, so I filed that down a little more. And then I lubed it up good with grease, and then, well, it was a lot of beating to get that bearing on, but finally got it on at least, so it did work. And I don't know where this goes. It was in the box for this, so I don't know. A little more grease, and I sure hope this goes on here without too much trouble at least. That went on there really nice and easy. Which is just how it should be. Just a little snug, not like this piece that I put on. So this has a bit of play in here. And when I lift up on this thing, it goes super easy. So that's where I'm gonna tighten these bolts up. Now it turns easy. I just have to try to get some grease in that bearing. So now I'm gonna try to lift this up, put it in place, and the thing I'm gonna do is take it down, put this jack under there, and try to lift it up with that. Well, I don't know how we're gonna get the jack in there. We'll see. If I can manage to do this even. So after, I don't know, half an hour, at least it feels like a long time, I got these, or all the four bolts in, and now I can take the jack out. So now it's in here, so I have to tighten those bolts up, but that's all good now. And I don't think I crushed any wires or anything, so I think we're all good here. So I was all happy and got gearbox all in here, you know, nice, and I was about to put the motor in here, but this V-belt is not supposed to be here. It's supposed to be in there, connected to the small pulley on this shaft in here, and then connect to this, which is the power feed for the table, but it's not. And to get that on, I have to redo about everything I've done this morning. So yeah, just super happy about that. But I'm gonna spare you that, and I'm just gonna go ahead and get this done now. So I finally, hopefully, got this apart enough. Please say I can get this thing through, because then I don't have to drop this whole gearbox and this is just so much easier. See if I can show you. Kind of pulling this through the hole there, if you can see. And hopefully I can just get this thing through here, and then I just have to bang this in and put the pulley back, so then it wasn't too much work at least. So, I'm finally back, sort of where I left off. Got the V-belt and everything there in there. And the pulley back on. And I figured out where this pin is gonna go. It's gonna go right in there. Yeah, so I'm gonna put the tensioner in first. You're gonna put it all in the right order. Put that in here. So now that the tensioner is in, we can put all these fancy dancy V-belts in that is grooved. This is the part why it took so long, because we ordered the ones that was not grooved and they didn't have them and they didn't get them for a long time, and then they finally shipped them with the grooved ones, which is just fine for us. They were just a lot more expensive than the regular ones. That's why we didn't order these, but oh, doesn't matter which ones, just that they are the right length. Which I hope they should be at least close enough. Sure hope they are, because if not, that'd suck. Maybe I should put, now let's try it this way. Maybe I should put them on here first, I thought. And then try to get them on down here. This will be, shouldn't say impossible, but not far from it. Get this all together here. Because when I took this out, if you remember, I cut the old wheels off because they were just garbage, which made it a lot easier. But not right now. You know what? Let's try something. Can't be worse than I just have to take it all apart again, right? So I'm gonna take all these out. Put them in like that. And then I'm gonna put this in place. And I'll just hope. Yeah. And you know what? It's no point of putting these in really. Because I have to take this out again. Because why wouldn't need to? Because this is gonna go in here too. Then I think I lost the set screw or something in there. I don't know about that, but so I have really not screwed it. I have not screwed it in here, but I thought I should check so the wheel belts fit, and well, I did manage to get one on, but it's just super tight. This is about as tight as I would have it when I tensioned it, so barely got it on, and I can probably not move it in because this we will have to move in here and just not. So I could go ahead and buy some new ones, or I can go ahead and take a bit of material off on either side here. And I ordered the same length as the old ones were, but they were 16 millimeters wide, and these are 17, so these sit a little proud, so I'm just gonna take them off. So they get a roughly 16, I think. I'm gonna try that, at least. So I got this out of here, and I'm gonna present to you V-Belt Grinder 1000. Yeah, little contraption I made to grind the V-belts down, and I think it should work. Just put that on the belt grinder there. If not, I'm gonna have to buy some other V-belts that is a hair longer, but I think this will work. Just take off like a millimeter or something. I'm gonna start with just taking off a tiny bit and then gradually take off more. But I think this will work. So it is better, but still need to take off more. So now it fits pretty good there, and I grounded this down. Grounded this a lot. I don't know how many times, but I just took off a tiny bit every time, so I didn't take too much. So, but then I did the other two, and now all of them fit pretty good. So let's get that put in there and just hope that it all works now. So this is quite the pain. I haven't got all the 4 bolts in here now, and I'm trying to screw on that screw in there. And that's not too bad. I can get this in here kind of on an angle and screw that one in there. It's a screw in there, And then it is that screw up there, and then that one. And that's the only hole I can get through, and I have to, go in here and just feel. It just takes forever. And try to line up this thing. I had to cut it off about as short as I can there. To try to, and I can get like a third of a turn every time, so yeah. I'll be here for the next hour or so too. And I've been here for quite a while. Oh man, this is a pain. But I did check the belts, and they fit a lot better. I would even say they're quite perfect. But we'll see. I might change my mind on that though. So it didn't take an hour. But maybe to half an hour totally or something. But now all the bolts in there are tight. And now I'm gonna try to get these V-belts on. Let's see here. I'm gonna put all these somehow. Gonna get the back one on first, and then I'm gonna have to move that over to the furthest back here. Maybe you can see something in there. Just rolling it on there. And I did even manage to get it on the middle one down here. Jam something in there. You have to turn it like that. I'm just gonna pull this out here a little. Just have to bend that as much as you can. Trying to roll belt over. There we go. That was just to roll it over one more time. Need to get some grease in these bearings up here, that's what's making that sound. Let's replace this grease fitting here. Let's see if we can get this thing in here. Screw it in. There you go. Let's see if this works now. It's coming some grease. There we go. Perfect. Let's just screw this thing in place here. We are done, and you can see all the grease coming out of there. And also a ton in there, actually. Oopies. Do you see that? And then up to there. At least I know it's plenty of grease. So let's see if we can... I suppose you just push that thing in pretty hard. To get there we go. Let's pop some grease in the tensioner here. Also smeared some grease on that gear there, so that is also has a bit of lubrication. And I think the only big thing left is to get the motor in here, so let's do that. So let's get the pieces of wood in here that the motor sits on. Like that. And just to try to get this thing in here. So I got the back bolts put in there, just hand tight because that's how it was. And really you can't get anything in there to tighten them up, so I think that will be good. Just gonna get these outer ones snugged up here. So there you go. Well, that's so good. I also greased the bearings, so they sound all good, or it doesn't sound anything. But, that's so good now. So let's get the V-belts in place here. I got some more new nice V-belts here, so let's just hope. Well, that doesn't look too promising, but I think you can just lift the motor up. So maybe this is a little cheating, but I didn't want to buy new V-belts or wait on getting new V-belts or anything, so I just put a couple of washers under there, big square washers. So that should be perfect, I think. Or that should work plenty good at least. So yeah, let's try to get the V-belts on now. There we go. I'll just need to get it over into this inner whatever. Need to move it over one step. No, but they are pretty good length. If you put a couple of washers under there, maybe one would have been enough, but two works perfectly. There we go. Let's go ahead and tension these V-belts here. We just do that by turning this thing in. Or out, maybe actually. It's kind of loose. Yeah, that's too loose. I should have put just one stupid freaking washer under there. Come on, that is so freaking dumb. So, got that changed down to one washer under there, so let's try this again. Yeah, I think that's a lot better. That's a lot more tension on those. I think that's it. With that at least. Finally. So finally, all that in here is done. Now I just got that to put back. Let's see here. Let's get these in place. Let's go on that way. Looks like it's gonna work right there. So let's get some screws in here. Here goes the second one. There we go. It's already kind of... Actually, that maybe was me doing that too. I don't care that much about that. So now we can select gears too. So that's good. So we don't just need to run in the same gear. And then these pipes here for the sight glass here and the fill. I've been figuring a bit how I'm gonna seal these, but I have a little plan, alright? Because it was sealed, I don't know what it was sealed with, but I've been figuring a bit, and then I scratched on what this was resistant to, and this should be not dissolve or anything by oil, at least. Just regular, yeah, that stuff. So PTFE, which is just regular Teflon tape, maybe that's what it's called. So that should work all good. You put these in with, and it should always hopefully be sealed up. Should clean those threads a little bit though. But let's put this in place here first. We should not put this on before, supposedly. I think that will be fine still. Should have put this in before these. I'm realizing now. Trying to not ruin the threads. Then this outer here should just seal on that little rubber, and I did change the rubber pieces in here. Just a little rubber seal there. So now that is all good and should be sealed up there. Kind of going out a lot. And that in there is actually a piece of glass. And I don't know if that's why that didn't go in the whole way, but it didn't. So I think that should be all good now. Yeah. I know that cover doesn't fit. Really, it wasn't there, and I'm not gonna put it there either way. Just gonna have to add a tiny little bit. Come on. And that tiny little bit was way too much, supposedly. So the air can escape, but they don't. So let's try opening this up and see if this maybe will run a little better. Hopefully it doesn't run oil out of this thing though. So I'll change my mind here a little. I put a fuel hose on this funnel here, and then some tape. Of course, it's too much tape. So I can screw this thing into here. Hopefully that is this oil tight seal there. Because hopefully I can just fill this up with oil and then just let this drain slowly. Not too bad. Might gonna take a while, but so the other way I don't have to do anything here, so now it's just to hope that the gearbox doesn't leak anywhere, because then I'm not gonna be happy, if we say like so. Very slowly, but it doesn't leak down here, I don't see. Or here. Maybe here, but I don't care. And I'm kind of just checking in here so I can see any oil dripping anywhere. Not because I can see much, but so far I can at least not see any oil under here. So that should be good. And now it had drained out, so let's add some more. Yeah, actually I can add more right now. So yeah, this was actually pretty fast, if I should be honest. Got one whole bottle in here now. Supposedly should have this thing ready for when it starts coming out there, or again before, but should put that on before. But I think it's gonna take a little while. That doesn't take too long actually. So I wasn't filming here, but that is empty. And this thing looks like it's filled now. It was just starting pouring out of here, so I just had to put that on super quickly. But I think it's actually full now. I thought I would get in a little more, but no, it is full. No, not that way. Just snugging this up here. So I don't think it's leaking anywhere, at least not much. Again. So I thought it wasn't leaking anywhere, but I might be wrong. It kind of looks wet in there somewhere. You can probably not see it, but it kind of looks wet, so I suppose we'll see. Sure hope it is not, but well, for now I'm just gonna leave it. I got some stuff I need to do with this thing, so but that's not right now, or not in this video at least. So I suppose let's get rid of this here and clean this up, and then we're done. Look at that, it even has threads on it now. That worked pretty good, I think. What? Look, it just rips the paint right off. What a crap paint. So here it is, all finished up. For now, I should say. For now, it is all finished up here. Looking really nice, I think. It's pretty clean. I mean, clean enough. It's gonna be used and everything, so. Looking nice. I'm gonna leave this off for now. Because so that leak there, I might, when I'm not using it at least, I might put something over it so it doesn't need to drop down and get everything oil in here. We'll see about that. And I might have to just tear that out again and fix it, or it's just so little leaky, maybe it doesn't matter. That's not a problem for right now, because now it is done and now I need it to do some little things here. So we'll just hope it works here. Let's plug it in and see if it works. Didn't blow up yet, at least. Will it work? Now it should go in reverse. Should be a little higher there. So the mill is all done here, and as you can see, I've been using it a bit here, doing some stuff, and that will come in a future video here. But for now, it's all done, and it will also come a lot more stuff. Gonna also have to move it into its final place and probably fix some more stuff on it. But for now, it's done. And thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.